So, moving forward, we said we start in the front and over to the right. All right. With that being said, name a hormone and what is its function?
Testosterone.
Okay. So then when we say give its function, we would say, well, we'll just put it underneath. We'll just say express characteristics for male characteristic. Expresses male characteristics. Okay? Then another hormone and its function. Any hormone. Okay? So then insulin was the next one. Okay? So what might its function be? You said raise? Lowers, okay? Lowers blood sugar levels, okay? Next. See, I was wondering, let's see, I thought that would make the most sense, but. Okay, so then what are we going to say about estrogen? Okay, next. Okay. What about epinephrine?
Increases heart rate.
Okay. See, that's one of the things I have to think about for a moment, but you're right when you say this. It is a vasodilator. Okay? So, is that just something that you knew, or was it a guess, a correct guess? It was a good one if it was.
Education at no charge.
Education at no charge. That's right. Okay, another hormone. Okay. What about it? Mm-hmm. Okay. You took somebody else's, I bet. That's good job. I'm glad. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. What about it? Okay. Okay. So what might norepinephrine do? Okay. Anything else? You got the most important one. Yeah, it also increases heart rate. I didn't abbreviate. I guess just ran out of space, I guess we could say. Okay? What about it? Okay, so how about we say it not maintains. I can't remember if we said restricts or, okay, doesn't restrict, it conserves this. So then, because it conserves the sodium, why is that important? Okay, so then we could say it retains water then. Okay? What about it? That's right. Positive feedback and then amplifies. Okay. Okay. Calcitonin. What about it? You're right. So it places it in the bones, but what does it do to the calcium levels then when it puts it into the bones? Okay? We did that already. Okay? Back corner. Okay? Let me think about that for, I believe it's under here. What about ADH? I think that's correct. Let me, yep. Okay, I'm sorry. Reduces water volume and what else did you say? Okay. Now, you might be telling yourself, I thought that that was the function of aldosterone. Well, yes, that's true. But these are two totally different mechanisms. This one, because this is a steroid, and then this is a non-steroid. So 1, 2, 4. Okay. Okay. Oops. Not tie. What about it? Okay. So, and that's right. It will say, because with taking up all this space, that's why we see arrows doing, okay, lower. I could have put just an arrow for this and for that. So, increases, you said protein synthesis, which is true. We're just running out of space. But what might be just, which is important, I know, but what might be a better one? As something that's similar to that one, but it's an opposite effect. Okay, so we'll say increases glucose metabolism. Okay. So then, let's see here. Now can we, you got nothing. This would be a pretty big clue right here. because notice what happens with insulin and glucagon. What do they do to each other? They counteract one another. So if this lowers calcium levels, there must be something that raises it. Nothing? Okay. The reason I keep looking up here is, yes, that's done. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 left there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 1 left here. So it's something that has to do with this one. TSH. Okay? So it's one thing to say TSH, but it's another to say it's in its name. What does it do? Yeah, so it's going to stimulate your thyroid gland. Does it say stimulate the thyroid gland? It's got to say something similar to that. Okay. Okay, controls the release of thyroid hormones. Okay, controls the release of thyroid, we're running out of space, thyroid hormones. There's a variety of thyroid hormones. The 2 most important ones are this one, which is T what? This one's T4. And what is the other thyroid hormone? T3. Which one's more potent, T3 or T4? T3 is way more important, but which one's more numerous? T4 is, okay? So what would possibly make sense to me is that since it's more potent, that's why your body just doesn't naturally use that. It can be converted to T4 when it's needed, but again, these are very, very powerful substances. I think everyone would agree, but we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Oh, yes, somatotropin and somatostatin, I think. I just know that this says something about statin and this is somatotropin. Which one's your growth hormone? This one is, okay? Oops, I didn't mean to put dashes there, okay? So here, this is your growth hormone, then this one is your, just the opposite. It inhibits the growth hormone, I think is probably what it says, or something similar. It's wrote really, really small, I know. Yes, it inhibits GH. Okay. So one of the things that I was sometimes, when you're doing something that doesn't take a whole lot of thought, like when I was in college, mopping the floor, it doesn't take a whole lot of thought to do that. And just doing something, some type of physical labor is rewarding in itself, plus you get paid for it. And oddly enough, it was probably like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning all the time, because one of the things that's going to happen when you go off to college, oh, geez, it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I suppose I better get to studying or get to work. Yes, one of the things that can happen. You will run short on sleep in college. Have you heard that before? You're nodding your head yes, okay? Have you heard that before? Maybe? No? No? And maybe just not yet, Okay? You heard that before. Okay. All right. So one of the things that had made sense to me, and one of the ways to keep these separate, okay, this one's pretty straightforward. Of course, these two are pretty straightforward. And it's which ones they fit under, okay? And what makes sense to me is amino acid-based hormones, their chains are just so long and affects the entire body, okay? These polypeptide hormones, you could say, well, these affect the entire body, but not in the essence that we explain this. When we say lowers blood sugar levels, where does that take place? It comes from the pancreas, but where does it take place though? In their liver. So these two take place in the liver, which is a localized effect. Okay? Is this a localized effect? Yes. Okay? Is this a localized effect? Yes, because it's in the kidneys. Is this a localized effect? Yes. So when we're talking about polypeptide hormones, okay, they're more so of a localized effect. These, however, are taking place in the entire body. Okay? That's a good way to keep them separate. Okay? One, amino acid-based hormones are really, really long, and they're quite complex. It's not to say that these aren't, it's just that they have more of a localized effect. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helps you out here and in the next step when you have to take this. In college, perhaps, or technical school, whichever. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. So we will pick up with this again next time.